on, everybody? It's APJ here. I'm your host, Jay, and I'm here with both of my co-hosts, finally, Aaron and Parker. They're both finally here. It's been 2 podcasts now, and one of you has been missing from each. So I'm just carrying over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever, man.
I'm just carrying.
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I'm glad to be back. See what's up.
Okay, so for those who don't know, because Aaron's clearly getting a little slow right now. For those who don't know, I'm Jay, otherwise known as Lil Mosey, and this is Aaron, otherwise known as Little Dude. He makes good music.
AKA the shortest nigga on the planet.
Yeah, AKA the shortest nigga on the planet. And then we have Parker, the white one. The white one. And we're here today doing a podcast. All 3 of us finally, thank God. And Aaron, why don't you tell them what the topic is today?
Today we're going to be talking about the education system and the faults in the education system and how the education system could be better. I said education system about 4 times now. But yeah, pretty much school. And we're going to take it from, I would say we'll take it from middle school to college. And
Holy shit.
And
middle school to college.
Where things go from there. So I would like to hear you guys both talk about your middle school to high school.
What about private schools and those
we
schools?
can talk about
that's the point,
your school life in general. Let's go with Jay. Go ahead,
Oh
Jay.
my fuck. Well, in middle school, I actually struggled a lot in middle school. I was very undereducated in middle school because I went to a private school. So I was, but the private school that I went to wasn't really funded properly, and it was very small.
Mm-hmm.
So the teachers kind of just didn't give a fuck, and when I went to a public middle school after that, after elementary and shit, I was super undereducated, and my reading level was hella low, and all of my shit was hella low.
Yeah. Same. When I went to a private school, I went back to a public school, and my fucking everything was a whole grade below.
Dog, literally, it was terrible, but I pulled through. But I think when it comes to middle school, 7th grade was probably my worst year. I really struggled 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 8th grade, it was kind of easy. Freshman year was easy as fuck. That shit was easy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of struggled junior year, and I struggled heavy 8th grade year. Or not 8th grade, my bad, 7th grade year. So yeah. I'm just giving you the gist, because I'm not trying to go that in depth until you guys start talking.
Alright, Parker.
You want me to go? Alright, so...
Parker.
White.
So, in 6th grade, I think I struggled the most in 6th grade.
A word?
I think so, because I was always switching schools and shit, so I went to a really shitty public school in middle school.
Yeah.
And I struggled in 6th grade a lot because I went to a private school in 5th grade and went to another shitty but a public school in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I was just completely fucking retarded. And I was struggling heavy, so.
You're like how Aaron is now.
He's like that meme.
Whoa.
He's like that.
And I was like,
He kind of left you in the dust.
yeah, pretty much. And then high school.
Well, we're not going to talk about high school. Okay, we're not going to talk about high school for you.
I went to 4 different high schools my freshman year.
Jesus Christ.
And one of them was an online school. So I don't know if you were three different high schools as in going to campus in an online school.
Yeah.
So that was a struggle. 4 different high schools.
Yeah, it's a struggle to adjust.
It was pretty bad, yeah. So I pretty much didn't learn shit my freshman year.
Yeah.
But I still got the credits. But I learned nothing. Because I would go somewhere and they would be learning something else.
That's how I felt. I learned very minor shit that just doesn't fucking matter.
But Jay, you're graduated.
I mean, yeah, but you just learn about life is the most important learning tool, really. Just experiencing shit is the most important learning experience. Anything all that extra shit, when the fuck are you gonna need certain shit in school, in basic life? You're only gonna need that if you're gonna go and pursue that field of education.
Or if you're gonna go to college.
All right, go ahead, Aaron.
So for me, I guess we'll go to the roots. Which was sixth grade. I was coming out of a pretty bad in school. I got kicked out of schools a lot. I got kicked out of camps a lot.
And he was throwing bows because he was throwing bows with everybody, bro.
I was a bad kid. A lot of people who knew me in elementary school can vouch and say that I was that nigga.
Why'd you say it like that, bro?
I was disobedient. I was disruptive. I was childish. I was immature. I was loud.
You still are very
I was
loud.
obnoxious. I was a lot of stuff, so it just made it very hard to stick out. Like, all my friends were just like, I feel like they referred to me so they weren't on the list, you know what I mean? They just weren't like,
they weren't on the fucking hit list,
I don't want to be on that list, you know? I don't want you to go to school one day and be like, you're the one. This is it. Me and you, right here. So, going into 6th grade and having no existing friends, having no one that, like, knew me already was already difficult enough. So, all I remember very vividly was me getting walked into the cafeteria and meeting everybody, and
fighting somebody.
I didn't know. I didn't know where to sit. I was taking a new route in life. I was like, no, I'm not trying to take that turn as before. I didn't want to disrespect my mom. I didn't want to shit on my family. So I just behaved, and I sat at a table full of white boys, and I was just like,
you're still doing that to this day.
What's up, guys?
I gotta behave. I'm gonna sit with the white kids.
Here's exactly what Aaron did when he went into first day of middle school. He went to the cafeteria and was like, "Which one of you niggas is the biggest one here?" He went to go and fight him, bro. It's exactly what happened.
No, but it was an experience because I was like one of the only quote unquote well-educated black guys. So it was
well spoken too.
Yeah. So it was just like oh, he's a nigga and he can speak well. We got a special breed here, bro. We got a good one here. And it made it hard to hang out with a lot of black friends. So I didn't really understand my culture growing up. I didn't understand, even though my mom would preach it to me, I didn't have friends that would,
show it.
No, that would help represent the culture.
Yeah, give the
more.
examples.
Yeah, so I didn't really have a figure. So yeah, the dancing was my thing. But
I saw the videos. He's pretty good at that shit.
In terms of education, though, not to trail off. No, I was a really smart kid. I got good grades. I was like probably the smartest black kid at my school, which means nothing.
Hey, no need to toot your own horn there, buddy.
All right, now what about high school?
High school.
Yeah, move on.
Fuck.
You gotta.
Well, you're still in high school, so you can't give the full high school experience. But you're
right. Freshman year was just, I don't know. It's a bit of a blur because it got cut off. But before that blur, I had a girlfriend.
Who? Nigga? No. You fucked up.
I had a girlfriend. I didn't have a lot of distractions until wrestling came along. When wrestling came along, that's when my grades were just like.
You gotta name drop the girlfriend.
I can't. I'll name drop her. That's all we'll know, bro. We'll know at the end of the podcast.
And then she's gonna hit you up on the ground and be like, nigga, what the fuck?
All the people that listen to podcasts be like, alright, he says at the end, take the scroll. No, motherfucker, alright? It's gonna be hidden in this bitch. Alright? Yeah, alright.
No, you could, okay. Because do I know her? Like, have you
Yeah, I talked about her.
Okay, so you just gotta give the first letter. You just gotta give, like, the first couple letters.
We'll just call her M for the name. We'll call her M.
Oh! Okay.
Alright.
She was my first ever, like, real girlfriend. Like, we went on dates and shit.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
And no one's gonna understand why the fuck we just laughed together.
Explain it, nigga.
But there's no, I'm not explaining it. But no, sorry, we just fucking trailed the fuck off.
We saw something special. Let's just say we saw something special.
But no, in high school, in school entirely, I never had a problem with my grades. I never liked school though. I never thought it was something I needed. I hated a lot of my teachers.
Still do.
I still do. That is correct. But a lot. I want to show love and give appreciation to some of my teachers because they were very important to me. They wanted to see me grow. My first chorus teacher was like, "You got something. You got vocals, all right. And especially as a black man, I want you to carry that. I want you to carry that to freshman year." So I was like, "Bullshit, motherfucker. I suck." So
you spit in her face.
I didn't spit in her face. I didn't take myself seriously, which made it hard for me take anything seriously in terms of like my own personal skills. So.
All right, now that we have everybody's little backstory of school and everything like that.
Stop hitting shit, bro.
Now that we have everybody's little backstory of school, as much as we can explain it, let's get into like a little conversation here. So, Jay,
why is it always me, bro? All right, go ahead, ask me, bro.
All right.
Ask me.
What's one thing that you think you, a graduated 18-year-old, could have done differently in school to make it maybe more enjoyable or maybe better?
I honestly feel like I should have focused more than how I I didn't focus hard enough in school. Cause I'm not stupid by any stretch of the imagination, but like my grades showed that I was a fucking idiot. So I was like if I would have just focused more in school and didn't just not, cause I just didn't give a fuck. Like when I was in school, I just didn't really care. Like I cared, but I didn't at the same time, you know. Like it was like I'll get it done when I get it done, and that's the wrong mentality to have in school, because then you end up fucking shit up. But I just didn't really care, and if I would have cared more and just gave more of a shit, then I feel like my grades would have been really good, and I really could have done something special. And also, if I just fucking stayed in shape and played basketball, like after 8th grade year, I just fucking bulked up hella, and I was really good at basketball, and I bulked up and stopped playing, and I fucked myself.
Oh.
Shut up, bro. Hey, bro.
Eat the ramen. He's like,
bro. Aaron talks.
No, the cookies when he walks in. I don't know when he eat it.
Yeah, bro, Burger. Aaron be talking all this shit. He's the biggest one here, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Oh, what you gotta say now? Yeah, shut the fuck up, okay? Let me finish my story, all right? So I bulked up, and I was gonna go and try out, but I was just scared as fuck because I was big, you know.
Not as much like you could have not focused more, but kind of like worked harder.
Yeah, dude. If I would have worked harder and just cared more about other shit, I probably would have succeeded more.
All right.
I never know. I might be D2, D1 right now if I would have just did that shit.
Parker, question for you. How do you think things would have gone differently if you didn't start working at like such a young age? Like what if you just lived?
Well, that's a weird, because we all started working extremely young, like illegally. Yeah. Not selling drugs or anything, but like, you know.
Because I was
I mean,
it could be like that.
I was selling drugs.
I feel like we've all, just slightly dabbled in. Shut the fuck up.
I have never sold drugs. I repeat, we have never sold drugs. I repeat, we are a legal free. Dude, if I need.
All right, wait. We're talking about school here.
I gotta tell that story one day.
But
that's next time.
Podcast, bro.
Talk about how you, if you just would have worked a little bit harder towards your actual goals, both in school and in sports, you would have not only had more girlfriends, but also gotten better grades. So it's good to know. And Parker, what do you have to say?
No. The bitches weren't the issue. I was getting bitches. Trust me. I would have gotten the same amount of bitches. I just take care about the school and the goals of school.
I dropped out of school. Not really dropped out, but I really am slacking right now. I started working with this guy on the boats when I was like beginning sophomore year.
Yeah.
About like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I started working with him, and I really just I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna start doing this shit. I'm gonna start working. I got big shit coming up. When I turned 16, I get my car, so I was like, I don't really need school. But do I agree with the fucking the teaching part of school and what you learn in school? 0%.
Fuck no.
I think high school should be a free option, and I think college should be.
I don't think that high school should be optional. I think it should be, you should be able to pick what the fuck you want to learn.
Yeah, I feel like it shouldn't be forced.
I do feel like they should force like algebra, because algebra, like certain parts of algebra you actually do use every day. But it's I feel like they shouldn't enforce, oh, you have to take geometry and you have to take certain sciences and shit.
You have to take science and English.
But at the same time, you have to think about if they were all, if you had the choice, if you had the ability to make whatever subject you wanted, you wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be able to meet the standard, the state requirement to say that you're an educated person and that you graduated.
Exactly. That's why it's certain requirements, like a certain math class and a certain, because you how they force you to take a certain amount of math classes. But we have to take algebra, and you have to take algebra 2, or you have to take geometry. So you have to have 2 required math classes, right? Unless you're undereducated and you have to take pre-al, algebra, and geometry. So technically you have to take 2 math classes, right? You have to take 2 sciences, and you have to take all four Englishes, all 4 years, unless you double up. That's not worth it at all.
It's not fun either.
Well, of course not. School's not supposed to be fun. It's just you learn shit. That's what
Right.
the goal of it is.
Why the fuck don't they teach like paying bills?
They did like a couple years ago. They did have classes for taxes.
That shit should be mandatory.
My comment on that though is that I don't think school is there. I think school is there for you to learn how to learn. Like I think school is.
That's what I was going with.
To learn about life lessons,
I feel like school is gonna help you manage time. For sure, it's gonna make you manage time. It's gonna have you have responsibilities. It's gonna have you learn how to wake up early. It's gonna have you learn how to have a schedule.
I mean, that's like the first thing that you think about when you get out of school. Like for me, when I graduated, I was like there was a day I woke up and I was shook as fuck. Like, dude, what the fuck am I gonna do? But that's because you're out of sync. Because your whole life you go to school and you come home and that's it, right? Mm-hmm. That's your whole life is school and home. So you automatically have a natural schedule to wake up at a certain time, go to school, and then once school's over, you have a summer break where you do whatever the fuck you want, or unless you get a summer job or some shit. And then you do it all over again. That's your schedule for your entire fucking life until you graduate. So it's kind of scary when you're completely out of sync with whatever the fuck is going on. And you're gonna get shook as fuck for a couple of days, and you just have to realize that you have to get back into a new routine. So you just have to make your own routine. But I think that's fun, being an adult and making your own routine and shit. I think it's fun.
In unison.
Say Negro, Parker.
That's still not good.
Negro.
I feel like you guys would be like, all right, Parker, you can say it. Then as soon as
we would never say you can say it.
You would never say. You wouldn't say anything.
Because see, Negro means the color black. If you say the other word, it's then we have to kick you out. It'll just be AJ, okay? It'll be AJ. That's it.
AJ podcast, but it'd still be a P, so it'd just be AJ P.
No, he'd be out. Agent P? You just said Agent. All right. So, Aaron, what do you personally think you could have done, or that? Fuck, I fucked that whole shit up. What do you personally think that you could do better currently in school? Holy shit, Parker, are you fucking kidding me?
Currently right now, I could do better in school.
What could you do to improve your schooling right now?
Honestly,
or just enjoyment of school.
Yeah. Could you be more social or some shit?
I feel like.
Could you talk to more black people since you only hang with white motherfuckers?
But I would go into that topic, but that's not what we're talking about today. But I feel like, I don't know, when I go to school, the main thing I'm focused on, right, is just at the end of school, okay? School is kind of something I just sit through time. I let time run through me. And I feel like a lot of people worry about time itself. They're like, oh man, I don't have time for this. Oh man, I'm not gonna have time for that. You don't control time regardless.
Yeah, dude.
You're what you do in your period of time, what you do in the next 24 hours, the next 12 hours, that's all you.
I feel like that scares people though. Because be control freaks and shit. That's the one thing they can never control is time.
Because this is time, 1 second, 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just we can't worry about how we control time rather than just spend it.
It is a scary thought though. You can't control shit about time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going off topic,
but no, I think. Yeah. It's... All right.
All right, guys, we're back.
So we did a bit of a potty break.
No, so here's exactly what was happening. I was talking to Aaron, and I said, what would you currently like to improve about or what would you do better currently for your schooling, to improve your schooling?
Oh yeah. And then I wanted to speak on just the overall fact that if we are forced to go to school every day for a majority of our week, we should the curriculum, the school board should add more things that make it enjoyable, so we don't feel like we're in a fucking prison. Especially. I mean, I don't even think the food is bad because
What the fuck? No. You're bugging if you don't think the food is ass.
Well, there's a lot of fat people, so I don't.
Dog, that shit does not solve fat.
All right.
Niggas,
I have a question for both of you. All right, it's very important.
Well, you gotta ask one person first because we're not gonna.
I'm gonna ask Jay first because he's graduated.
Of course, it's always me.
You want me to ask Aaron?
No, ask me, nigga. Ask me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I will ask Aaron.
Ask me.
All right. So, what do you think that me, you, and Aaron's generation is gonna do differently for school boards? Because right now it's like only older people.
Y'all are just gonna keep implementing technology into our schooling, and there's gonna be less and less kids going to genuine school, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot more kids disconnecting from genuine people, and disconnect from having conversations with with people. And it's already happening where there's people that are they're less social. It's becoming less and less social. IRL contact is very low, and coronavirus kind of fucked that whole shit up by having actual contact with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like more and more as the school system gets older, years and years pass by, that kids are gonna be so much more disconnected from the real world.
So what you're saying is it's not going to be as much as a big change. It's going to be more just slowly getting more disconnected
from actual human contact.
All right, that's interesting. Aaron, what about you? What do you think is going to happen differently?
I think our generation is pretty fucked up, mainly because we've been given everything we've wanted to have because of the instant gratification that matured over time with this generation. So I just think it's going to be very interesting to see how the people younger than me play out to be in my position when they won't even know what waiting is. I feel like patience itself has become so.
Patience is nothing, bro. It doesn't even exist.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist anymore because they want it and they want it now. And if they don't get it that moment, they're gonna just next thing.
But with that whole instant gratification thing, I was listening to Kanye say some shit. He said you know Angry Birds, right? You know remember when that shit came out, when Angry Birds was out?
Angry Birds is fire.
He said that they did a study with Angry Birds, and they found out that doing the fucking motion, the swiping motion on your phone, sends a certain amount of dopamine to your brain. So he said the same motion that you use to do that fucking swiping motion to fire the bird at a fucking pig, a fucking dumbass pig, you get that same rush from using your phone and swiping on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that that's what scientists have been using lately for social media. Or that's the guideline for social media shit.
Right.
Because you get instant gratification from fucking swiping and seeing shit.
Right. That's another thing. It's socially influenced. Everything that we do is socially influenced.
Well, currently, yeah.
You're a fucking weirdo if you don't have social media. You're a fucking weirdo because
I called a bitch weird because you didn't have Snapchat. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, let me see your phone. She actually gave me her phone, and she did not have fucking Snapchat. I was like, what the shit?
But I mean, there's actual people, not just girls, guys out there too that are basic human beings.
Well, some of them just don't like the whole idea. Which I mean, you can commend them for it, not liking the whole idea.
Or they relate to it. They relate to it.
All right, guys. So we talked about a lot of shit today. Well, we did stay pretty decently on topic, but we talked about a lot of shit today, and it was a little bit all over the place. We're still getting used to being all together and just because we have fun with each other and shit, and we're still struggling to be a little bit more organized. But as time goes on, we're gonna keep getting better every podcast. So this is the first official podcast with all three of the members here. Make sure to go follow all of our socials, follow our Instagram, follow our Twitter at APJ Podcast. And yeah.
For me, all I gotta say is subscribe, comment, anything that you want us to say, any topics you have for us, any questions. Who would win in a fight, Parker or Jay?
I mean,
Parker or Snake.
Snake, nigga.
Lil Mosey versus Parker coming soon.
Dog, I'm too pretty to fight, bro.
But no, I just want more feedback from you guys. I want to hear more back from you guys because you guys are there's the fucking Sahara out there. So
I think it's the Sahara Desert.
It's definitely not the fucking Sahara.
No, it's the Sierra. It's not Sahara.
It's the Sahara Desert.
It's not Sahara.
It's the Sahara. All right. Comment. Go ahead, comment.
Yeah.
Correct pronunciation.
Give him a kiss, Parker.
Hey. You guys stay beautiful. Have a good day or
Have a
night.
good day.
Whatever
We
you're
love
doing.
you.
Oh my God.
APJ
Talking about-
APJ podcast out.
Nigga.